Welcome back to our channel. We have another great story. Find popcorn seat to be entertained. Please subscribe to our channel. Ryan had spent his life serving his country, earning numerous accolades as a highly decorated military commander. Discipline, loyalty, and strategy were ingrained in his being, forged through years of combat and tactical operations. When he retired from service, he yearned for a simple life, one of peace, stability, and love. He believed he had found that with Lisa, his wife of 15 years. She was beautiful, charismatic, and someone he had once thought was his safe haven after years in war zones. But peace, much like a mirage on a desert highway, proved to be an illusion. Lisa had secrets, dark, ugly secrets. While Ryan thought he was providing her with a comfortable life, she had been indulging in a double existence, one that would soon unravel in the most humiliating way possible. Ryan worked nights as a taxi driver, not because he needed the money, his military pension and savings were more than enough, but because he loved the quiet solitude of the night, the feeling of motion, and the stories he overheard from passengers. It was an escape, a form of therapy that allowed him to clear his mind and process his thoughts. One fateful night, his escape turned into a nightmare. A wealthy businessman in an expensive suit slid into the back of Ryan's cab, talking on his phone with a woman. Ryan wasn't paying much attention until he heard the name Lisa. "Yeah, babe. I'll see you at the Ritz tonight. I know your husband's working late, he's clueless." Ryan's grip tightened on the steering wheel. His military instincts kicked in, but he forced himself to stay calm. He needed more information. He engaged the men in casual conversation, pretending to be an ordinary driver. By the time the men got out of the car, Ryan knew where and when Lisa would be that night. And he had a plan. Ryan didn't believe in confrontation without proof. So, he installed a tracking device on Lisa's car and set up hidden cameras in their home. Within days, he had all the evidence he needed: text messages, recorded conversations, and even video footage of Lisa sneaking out dressed in designer clothes he never bought her. She wasn't just cheating. She was spending his money on another man. Ryan had fought wars, taken down enemies, and outsmarted some of the most dangerous men in the world. Taking down Lisa. That would be easy. He started subtly. He changed the locks on the house while she was out, pretending it was a security upgrade. He emptied their joint accounts into a private military pension account, leaving only a small fraction in their shared account, just enough to keep her from noticing too quickly. He even played dumb when she returned home late at night, acting like the devoted, clueless husband she thought he was. But the real revenge was yet to come. Ryan arranged for Lisa's biggest humiliation in a way only a master strategist could. He booked the most expensive VIP suite at the Ritz under Lisa's name, using her credit card. Then, he invited every single one of her close friends, her colleagues, and even her family to a surprise party for her. Unbeknownst to Lisa, Ryan had also contacted Ethan's wife. The businessman's wife, furious at the revelation of her husband's affair, agreed to play along. When Lisa arrived at the hotel expecting a night of passion with Ethan, she was instead greeted by an entire ballroom filled with everyone she knew, including Ryan, standing on stage with a microphone and a slideshow of her betrayals displayed on a massive screen. Lisa's face drained of color. The room fell silent. Ryan, in his military-perfect composure, addressed the audience. "Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the woman I dedicated 15 years of my life to. A woman who has spent the last 2 years lying, deceiving, and betraying. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the man she risked it all for." The doors opened, and Ethan was dragged in by his furious wife, who had thrown his packed bags onto the floor in front of him. The audience erupted into whispers and gasps. Lisa stood frozen, her hands shaking. Ryan took a deep breath and delivered the final blow. "Lisa, you are officially evicted from my life. This hotel room is booked in your name, so you'll have somewhere to stay tonight. Your car. Towed. Your credit cards. Cancelled. Your access to my accounts. Revoked. And as for this marriage, consider it terminated." Lisa collapsed onto her knees, tears streaming down her face. Ryan didn't spare her another glance. He walked out, leaving her with the public shame and humiliation she had earned. As he stepped into his taxi, he felt something he hadn't in a long time. Peace. In the days that followed, Lisa's life crumbled. She had lost everything, her home, her financial security, and the respect of those around her. Ethan, now divorced and financially ruined, wanted nothing to do with her. Ryan, however, thrived. He had taken control of his life once more. He sold the house, moved to a new city, and invested his money into a business he had always dreamed of, a security firm specializing in military-grade protection. One evening, he received a message. It was from Lisa. Ryan. I'm so sorry. I miss you. Please, can we talk? Ryan smirked, deleted the message, and drove off into the night, knowing that his past no longer had any hold over him. He had won. As he navigated the city streets, Ryan couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. He had outsmarted Lisa, outmaneuvered her, and outplayed her. He had taken back control of his life, and he had done it with precision and calculated ease. But as he stopped at a red light, he caught a glimpse of himself in the rearview mirror. For a moment, he saw a glimmer of the men he used to be, the men who had been betrayed, hurt, and broken. Ryan's eyes narrowed. He knew he still had a long way to go. He had to rebuild himself, rediscover himself, and learn to trust again. The light turned green, and Ryan accelerated into the night, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Meanwhile, Lisa's life continued to spiral out of control. She had lost everything, her home, her financial security, and her reputation. She was forced to move back in with her parents, her tail between her legs. As she lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, Lisa couldn't help but think about Ryan. She had underestimated him, thinking he would never find out about her affair. But Ryan had outsmarted her, and now she was paying the price. Lisa's eyes welled up with tears as she realized the extent of her mistakes. She had thrown away a good man, a man who had loved her unconditionally, for a cheap thrill and a fleeting sense of excitement. As the tears streamed down her face, Lisa knew she had hit rock bottom. She had lost everything, and she had no one to blame but herself. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months. Ryan's security firm flourished, and he became a respected figure in the community. He started dating again, cautiously at first, but eventually, he found someone who appreciated him for who he was. Lisa, on the other hand, struggled to get back on her feet. She took on a series of low-paying jobs, trying to make ends meet. She attended therapy sessions, trying to come to terms with her past mistakes. As the months turned into years, Lisa slowly began to rebuild her life. She learned to appreciate the small things, to cherish the relationships she had, and to forgive herself for her past transgressions. Ryan, however, remained a distant memory, a reminder of what she had lost. She often wondered what had become of him, whether he had found happiness, and whether he had ever forgiven her. The answer, of course, was no. Ryan had moved on, and he had left Lisa and her betrayal firmly in the past. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, likes, and comment.